king gate. So imagine, here there used to be a monumental gate as an entrance to Ephesus. So any idea what this hole could be used for at her time? Okay, when they first found this pool here, because of its shape and because of Mary's appearance, they also thought that it could be used for baptism, which is totally wrong. Because after all, they realized that it was just a well here to collect the rainwater so she could use the water for her daily needs. And as far as we know, Saint John has hired 2 slaves from Ephesus to build the cistern and the house for Mother Mary, where she lived with a maid. And the first room that you will step inside when you're at the shrine is considered to be her bedroom, where she had a fireplace, which is the original, as you can tell from the smoke on the walls. And that will be the altar today. Well, maybe I shouldn't say typical, because just like the Wailing Wall, this is how we do our prayers, wailing on a wall. But the only difference with in the name of the holy person. You're on your own. So here I want you to take your time and if you take the stairs to the left here, you reach the front.
Yes, round that way, sir. It's a choice if you're
Not all for prayers, these.
Yeah, handkerchiefs, tie really quick. Dismissed.
Şu anda ona çeyrek var.
Ona çeyrek var. 10, 11, 12. Okay, I'm gonna move over there. The corner is a good spot for you to see everything, so you can have better pictures. Ona ulaşmam biraz zor. Okay, so I guess we're all here. Station of Ephesus, which was built after Alexander, because remember, Alexander came and liberated Ephesus from the Persians, and after Alexander, It was one of his generals called Lysimachus who took over the power of Ephesus in 323 BC. Well, actually, if you saw the American movie Alexander, even in the movie they mention about the 12 generals of Alexander who were actually the brave soldiers whom he trusted very much. And just because Alexander never had a successor to lead the kingdom, after all, the kingdom was divided between these 12 generals, and as one of these 12 men, it was the general Lysimachus who became the new ruler for Ephesus. And during the 300s, and it was especially built in between these two mountains to be safe from the attacks and from the bad weather conditions, and it was surrounded by a wall. Imagine there was a massive wall about 10 meters high built on top of the hills surrounding the whole city, where they had towers for the soldiers to watch the city 24/7, which made it very safe here. The pool, and actually the English word for fridge or refrigerator comes from the frigidarium as the cold section. Depidarium was the warm section, and caldarium was the main section of a Roman bath as the steam room. Hot water. Here, this became a very common practice to mark. Was much more than this. 1,400 seats here, because after Ephesus became a part. Watch yourself. You want more? Wow.
Not really, not
Yeah, I think he had a fight. Yeah, I mean, I see them. I mean, I don't know if they eat them, but I see them hunting. Uh-oh. Via Roma as the city goddess of Rome, and Julius Caesar as the divine founder of Rome. They were here to keep the flames.
There are many of them. Well, it's supposed to be mine.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Best known teams like Fenerbahçe and Beşiktaş, they all come from here.
The boards used to sit in the room. Yeah.
Big store.
There's a monument which has a story behind it. It was in 84 BC, the first century, when Ephesus was attacked by the Pontus forces. And Pontus was another kingdom on the Black Sea region, which is in the border of Turkey today. So when the Pontus forces attacked Ephesus, a very famous dictator called Sulla, who happened to be an emperor later, fought against the Pontus army, and he won glory here. And as he saved Ephesus from the Pontus invasions, the citizens wanted to honor this man with this monument here. So it used to be a square structure surrounded with the statues of dictator Sulla. So the one on the right hand side wearing a toga with his arm wrapped around it is the savior Sulla. And next to it on the left was his grandson Memmius, who took a part in this war with his grandfather as his soldier, but unlikely Memmius died in the war. And that's why his name was given to the monument as a tribute. So in the books you will find it as the Memmius Monument. So where you see these arches? Okay. And this is where he died at.
Вот это вот богиня Ника, вестница всех богов, то есть боги ее посылали туда, где должна была быть победа. Ты выздоровеешь, ты не болен.
Release the pressure, it doesn't cause a big one, and most of these buildings are earthquake resistant. Where you see the pediment, anyway, this pediment should be much taller than what it looks. Because underneath the pediment, in the middle, there was eyes of this sculpture. So definitely, originally the pediment should be much taller. And this was, and that's when Trajan came all the way from Rome to see the damage and left a lot of money.
What way would those be at?
It's okay. It's a separate sidewalk with the original mosaics. What date? I'm sorry. First century AD. That's where they're excavating people. Because having your whole floor covered with the mosaics was such an expensive labor even at that time. And here it was another temple dedicated to another emperor, Hadrian this time. And and this is the same Hadrian who had the wall built in England on the border with Scotland. And besides being and I have so much to talk about the outlook of the construction as it was richly decorated. So the first relief on the keystone is the head of Tyche. And Tyche was the goddess of good fortune. So in Latin she's called as Fortuna. And behind the arch on the pediment in the middle, on top of the gate, is Medusa. And remember, Medusa was this half human, half goddess with snake hair. Okay, good for you. And now, instead of going straight... Making business was very common those days. And the whole building, away from the building, but to the sea. And remember, this was one of the main reasons why they had
With your pictures, allow other groups to see inside also, and follow me this way, please.
Kendileri orada beklerler yani burada.
to finish the whole construction. No wonder why. Even the reconstruction took about 12 years for the Turkish government to complete. And about 80% of the whole building is the original. Virtue, friendship, and intelligence. And next door, on the right-hand side, you will see these arches as an entrance to the commercial agora. Well, the Greek word for agora, well, just like Pompeii, Ephesus became extra famous for its brothel. Because imagine, it would be visited by thousands of sailors every year, and therefore the brothel became their highlight.
That was where the brothel was, on the corner there, where all the sailors came to visit.
That is that love on the foot?
Yeah, doesn't it?
This road where the columns ended is where the harbor used to be. And they came on a ship all the way from Egypt. So that's where they dropped their anchor. And while the chariots were carrying them along the harbor way here, the citizens of Ephesus were everywhere trying to see Cleopatra and cheering for Cleopatra, because even for the Ephesians those days, it was such an honor for the Egyptian princess visiting their city with Mark Antony. Isn't that lovely? Because
Good story.
it's a true story. Because in a minute or so you'll be walking on the same street, on the original.
The prison was on the hill where they took the Apostle Paul to save him from the silversmiths. It's a theatre where all the silversmiths came to try to cause a riot to get rid of Paul.
Ich hoffe, dass es das geworden ist.